Alright. Well, it says we're live, but I think the audio quality is probably ass. Video quality probably too. Let me know if it is, because the internet literally just kicked out as I hit go live before. So, multiple updates. First off, let's get the good news out of the way with a few things about the petition and various other things. Before I do anything, before I get into the meat of any of this, I want to bring up that this is brought to you by Love Java Performance Butter Coffee with CBD and MCT oil. I also wanted to bring up that it's brought to you by Castle Keep Crafts. Amanda is sending me a CD guy on Friday, so I should be able to show you one of the products they offer. But they're hand painted stained glass, fantasy accessories, whatever. It's also brought to you by the Dank Pod Stash. Feel free to go check him out. He does good work talking Liberty. It's also brought to you by Liberty Under Attack Publishing, which will give you a full service package for 20% off. They do graphics, they do narration, they do binding, they do the whole works for you. If you want your Liberty book published, go through them. They're high quality. I've felt their books. They're good. And also, LibertyProfessionals, which is a professional private investigation service in Virginia. If you're in Virginia and you want high quality private investigation service, feel free to hit LibertyProfessionals.com up. They're considering accepting cryptos. They haven't yet, though, but they accept every other major payment. And those are my sponsors. So, this is brought to you by those guys. If you want to be one of my sponsors as well, hit me up. Also, I'm opening up a new thing. This is one of the announcements, where if you are a musician with an anarchist song that you want blasted to my people, hit me up and I will play that in the beginning while people load into the lobby. So that out of the way, I'm extremely angry for a variety of reasons. And I promised to get into the good news first, so this is that. The one thumb of good news, other than, by the way, Sea Traffic, Colombian Traffic, rapper in Miami, being a constant supporter. He chucked me $20 in beer money today. So if you want to join him, you can. Gave me basically groceries for the next couple days. Because now is a better time than ever, and I'll get into that a little bit later. The one piece of good news that I have is that the petition is now updatable because they let me back into the site. And that's mixed positivity because they said that I had deactivated my account and they were happy to see me back. So that's fun. It looks like they decided that I deleted my account, even though I don't remember doing that. Deactivated my account, and that's why they wouldn't let me into the petition. I don't think I did that, and if it mattered more, if it took more of my money, I would be upset enough to go find out if somebody like fucking Elite hacksered me. But I don't think so yet. I think that they just, I don't know, there's some either nefarious thing or an idiotic thing that happened. Um, Either way, I'm back in. I'll be posting updates about the petition. We just reached 500 signatures. That's good news. It's shit news in comparison, though. So please continue sharing that petition. The petition is for Twitter finally addressing their pedophilia problem that they've had for years, building up. And I addressed that on previous streams. Now for all the shit. The first thing is Discord got back to me, and they told me that that they stick with their decision. I was on Truth Frequency Radio the other day, And while I was on discussing it, they doubled down on their lie. They said that I violated policy. So I asked them for evidence back. I don't think they're ever going to reply to that email. I don't think they give a shit. I think they want they want me to go away, and they think that if they ignore me, I will. I won't. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna continue doing this. There's so many problems with it. Chris Hansen apparently even tried to do an interview with somebody who found pedophiles on Discord and was regularly maligned for it, up to and until the point of doxing and, various malicious things being directed his way. I don't like Chris Hansen. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what he's been doing lately, but earlier this year he was actually in jail that he turned himself into because he essentially stole a bunch of merch from a small business owner. He basically he bought it, he couldn't pay for it, and he acted like everything was normal while he kept on stringing them along, and not giving them the fucking money he owed them. He was literally fucking fraudulent. And to top that off, later this year, he damaged a huge amount more little people by saying that that their material that was related to their fandom of his content was his copyright and his IP on YouTube, so that he could go fucking IP hawk a bunch of people, steal their money, and generally be a punk ass prick. So I don't like him, but he was gonna do an interview with this guy, and this guy unveiled pedophiles on Discord, and I was interested in seeing that. I would have watched Chris Hansen's channel to see that. I wasn't around during that for reasons I'll get into in a little bit, but apparently the stream got messed with, if he's being honest, and not just, whatever, trying to make himself seem more intriguous, if that's even a word. I don't know if it's true. I don't really care, to be honest. My point is that there is a problem with Discord and pedophilia, and they banned us, and the servers that we had exposed as pedo servers were still up. That tells me something. It tells me that they would rather have pedophiles around 13-year-olds than have our, quote, hate group. Hate group. Still fun to say that. So, that out of the way, fuck Discord. They're liars. They're continuing to lie. No matter what that one guy who's now, I guess, suspended on Twitter, I don't even know why. I didn't report him. I don't know who would have. But, that guy, yesterday, I had an argument with somebody who said that Discord doesn't lie, you're lying. You're a crazy old man with boomer tier something or other. Because he was making a lot of assumptions, since it's funny, people don't know I run anti-pedo action, and they treat it as just another account. It's interesting to see some people's reaction. And no, by the way, I'm not talking about you. You know who I'm talking about, that I messaged earlier today about it. I'm talking about everybody else, because they make a bunch of assumptions about me, until they know who I am. And like a lot of the time, they even don't believe that I'm the guy behind it. It's fun. It's fun to be a non for a little bit, but it's gonna wear off at some point. I don't give a shit when. My point is that I got into an argument with somebody yesterday, and they just really doubled down on Discord not lying at all ever. I have seen so many instances of people trying to appeal their suspension on Discord and being given the cold shoulder. So many instances of people saying that Discord staff acted like children, acted like fucking like petulant morons about it, saying, "Oh yeah, we're definitely in the right here," even though there's no proof of that, even though they couldn't show anything done wrong, right? Um, so I don't think they're gonna get back to me. And again, I don't really give a shit. They can fuck off and suck on a hot rod, come straight out of a furnace for all I care. They can quench a dude's virgin sword. I don't give a shit because they lied to tear me away from thousands of people that I was connected to over there. That's the only thing I care about. Whether or not they co-sign what I do, clearly they have no ethical compass. So I have no reason to respect them, much less what they think of me. All that aside, we're back on change, so we can update people, and I plan to update people in the morning and send them to all of the interviews that I've done. And I've done like 7 at this point. If you want me on your show, hit me up. If you know somebody who has a reasonable sized show who would want to talk about this, hit me up. Because I'm ready to come forward with this to as many people as possible. And all of that out of the way, the reason I wouldn't mind if you guys donated today is that this PC down here that I've had for 5 or 6 years at this point is now basically dead. I've tried many things. I tried, by the way, if you're listening, Finian, to plug it into the back of the other one, and I can't really get in there. I don't know if there's a way that you got in there that I can't get in there, but I can't really get in there. But I also then went down to... I'm sweaty for a reason. It's not just because I'm, I spend all my time in a sweaty basement, whatever. Hashtag stereotype you want to do. Basically, I walked... Well, I took a bus part of the way, but I went to Walmart today, and they said on the site that they would have a cable for me to hook up my PC hard drive to a fucking USB. A SATA USB connector should have been something pretty ubiquitous. People need to back up their shit all the time. But they didn't have it. Turns out their site was either glitching or outright lying. And when I went there and tried to get it, they didn't have it. And I can't afford to use any of tomorrow. So this means 3 things. It means Hellscape is going to be late today, or this week. Let me do it this way so I don't flip people off. It means Hellscape's going to be late this week because I have to wait like at least 2 days for shipping. It means that I have to find some way to get a cable relatively soon so that I can transfer. So I need funds. And if you're interested, you can support this and all further projects so that I can do that, so that I can get my computer either back up and going, or, if enough of you pitch in, get a new one. But that's like my primary goal is to get this one up and going, which, I took pictures of it. Basically what it does is it boots up to a language screen, then boots up to a very limited troubleshooter. It normally has more tiles in the troubleshooter, and it only had 2. Troubleshoot and advanced options, and the advanced options gave me no workable solutions. Startup recovery didn't work. Like restoring from system image, restoring previous whatever, all of that, command line, none of it worked. I think this computer might be on its way out, which wouldn't surprise me since it was already refurbished and I've had it for years. But it would also suck because I don't have a backup in terms of another computer, and that means all I would have is that one, the one that I'm streaming from right now, which isn't awful in terms of being able to stream, but it does put a dent in a lot of the stuff that I was planning on doing and going to do. So if you want to help me, there's a link in the description. Feel free to, send whatever you want. I would massively appreciate it. I don't think I deserve it. I fucked up so many things that, I probably fucked up this computer too somehow. And it's nobody's fault but mine that it's this way. At the same time, I would greatly appreciate it because a lot of things suck all at once right now. I'm banned from Discord. A lot of the audience that I would have had, I no longer have. I was partway through a special on Nimsies because I'm still going to talk about that and the fact that fucking PewDiePie supported an application that would ban him for making the jokes he makes. The fact that a bunch of creators jumped on this weird Orwellian train for an application that basically wants to take everybody and reduce them down to the condensed, most shallow person that they could possibly be, and they claim that that's a support of individualism, and it's creepy and it's Orwellian and it tracks you, and a lot of the information that I would have had access to, I no longer do because I was filing it in Discord. And I was filing it in Discord because I thought as long as I follow terms of service and community guidelines, I won't get banned. I guess I was fucking wrong. I guess I should have been more cynical and pessimistic about it and literally backed up everything all the time like a neurotic fucking bat sweeping around in the night sky. I should have just fucking done that, But that didn't end up happening. And my account is still apparently up. Like, they could reverse it now. They're not going to. They don't give a shit. Which also brings me to the other point. As soon as I get a new one of these, because this one is clearly starting to die, and it also does this weird, line artifacting thing when it starts up before it gets to the blue screen. I firmly believe there's something severely wrong with a lot of it, and it just took this long for it to start manifesting specifically. So I gotta get a new PC. I don't need it to be a laptop. It can be a tower. I don't really care, as long as it's, good enough to service my needs. But basically, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired. Things have gone like shit. And I'm angry about it. And, it doesn't help. I get constant barrages of it now. I get sent so many articles on the pedophile problem because I talk about it now. I just got sent this one on Twitter. Somebody tagged me in the post. And I'm just, by the way, I'm not touching my face out of whatever neuroses or something. I'm touching it because sweat keeps on dripping down and I don't want it to fucking get on shit. So keep that in mind. This is an article from Variety, and it talks about a Disney music executive charged with child sex abuse. And it really jumps into it. It says, John Healy, the director of music publishing at Disney, has been charged with 3 felony counts of CSA. Healy, 58, of Santa Clarita, is accused of sexually abusing 2 underage girls approximately a decade ago. He allegedly victimized the first girl when she was 15. According to the charges, he began abusing the second when she was about 11 and continued until she was 15. So now this is bad. It's Disney, right? You're supposed to be able to trust your kids with Disney, right? On Wednesday, prosecutors charged him with 3 counts of lewd and lascivious acts on a child. Healy pleaded not guilty at his arraignment at the San Fernando courthouse on Thursday. He's due back in court on January 10th. If convicted, he faces up to 9 years and 3 months in prison. Good, if he's convicted, if he actually did it. I don't do the whole believe women or anybody else thing. But if he did it, good. He should be serving at least time. But all of that aside, I get sent stuff like this regularly. And this is the kind of person society lets have a job. The kind of person who would do this sort of thing. I wouldn't mind turning this into a job. But I don't have that income. And I wouldn't mind fighting these people, but on almost every turn I keep on getting throttled. Both my main account, Insanity is Free, and my alt, Anti-Pedo Act, both of them are now reply deboosted. They don't want you to see what I say to people unless you really look. They don't want you to see how I respond to anyone on either account with any subject at all. They don't want you to care about what I think or what I say, and it's not just me. It's a lot of people affiliated with me. They're really trying to suppress shit, and it doesn't surprise me because they set up war rooms before elections. I'm very upset, and I hope to be able to do something about this. I can't do that if I keep on getting throttled. I can't do that if my tech starts breaking on me. Like, everything is just dying at once, and right when it started to look like it was going to look up. And that's not all. You know, it's not just pedos in my shit, right? It's the fact that this green debate thing is going on where it's all about taxing and banning. It's all about what controls we can put on shit. What asinine fucking policies we can put in place so that the government, which is still the single greatest polluter, still the single greatest mass murderer, can do for the environment. You know? Oh yeah, let's let these people control guns. That's a great fucking plan. So with that in mind, I have a lot that I want to say, and a lot more regularly. I'm going to start doing this every day. I'm going to talk unfiltered into a camera, and I don't know who's going to like it, but at this point, I got to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Because there's so many people that want to get in my way. And so many people who want to get in the way of people like me. And I really need to push back hard against this. And so does everybody else. I've been called a cult leader, a hate group leader, a fucking dictator, a fucking violent gang leader, a delusional demagogue, an establishment shill. So many things lately for saying what I've been wanting to say for a long time and being extremely blunt about it. I don't care what these people think, because clearly they never would have been on my side anyway. It takes a lot to be there. And I thank you for every single one of you who has stuck around. I hope to make it worth it. I hope that I can take all of this shit and spin it positive. Because I'm extremely angry. But this announcement out of the way, I plan to start game streaming soon. It's going to be harder without this, because I don't have a second screen, and I don't have a second computer. So it's going to be hard to monitor the chats like I was planning on, but I'm still going to start anyway. I'm not going to let this bump in the road get in my way like so many other things have. So if you want to support that, I'm going to fire back up at Jeremiah Games on Twitter, and I'm going to start gaming. And the reason I'm going to start gaming is because I like video games, and because if I could turn even my own relaxation into a way to interface with y'all, I want to do that. So that's going to be part of the plan. Another part of the plan is I'm going to start doing good long-form presentations. Since this is busted, I'm not going to release the Nimsies thing probably for 2 or 3 weeks. It's coming, though, because fuck you, Nimsies. Fuck you, too. There are so many things wrong with that app. And let's just, like, everything that I've been talking about in terms of being throttled, that's what they do basically all the time. They strip you of your credits if you speak out of line. They put you in court and threaten you with account disabling. They and this is like their invisible, imaginary court, because you're a citizen in Nimsies. It's just so fucking Orwellian. And that's not all. I want to do ones on AI, police statism. I want to do ones on, I want to start a book club. There are a lot of things I want to do. But I'm going to need you guys' support. So if you feel like you can afford it, please throw something my way if you like something I'm saying or doing at any given point. And also, feel free to share, tag people, get the word out. If you appreciate what I'm doing, the most kind thing you can do, even above money, although that would be very kind, is to endorse it with a share. Is to tell people, this guy's got a good thing to say and you should see it too. Sharing is absolutely caring, and I hope as many people do that as possible. But anyway, this was a relatively short update. That's basically all I wanted to say. And Epstein is the tip of an iceberg. A very, very nasty iceberg. You can look at his guest lists, you can look at the people that he associated with, and you can see power. But there are Epsteins happening around you, in front of your eyes. Not just Epsteins, there are deaths of Eric Garner. There's a relative of the cop who choked Eric Garner to death, who's putting a petition to give him his job back because he was fired for choking a man to death. And that has 15,000 signatures, but ours has 500. And there's a reason for that. Now, yes, there are petitions for firing him, and I'm glad those exist. But that's 15,000 people, all on board with destroying public trust, with murdering, with being a party to death and destruction. These people are evil, and almost nobody gives a fuck. Hello in chat to Simtimus. I think I know who you are. And hi. And also Vash Lancet. Sorry, fucking, it's been a long day. What up, my favorite anarchist? Hello. I'm angry and ranting into a camera to almost nobody there. Fucking real Neil Diamond hours up in here. But this is happening all around. It's happening to everyone you know, at least partially. Everybody's a victim and almost nobody wants to talk about it. And this needs to change. We need to get the conversation going. I don't care if all of you unsubscribe from me and subscribe to somebody who says it better. At least listen. At least give somebody your ears and your eyes so that they can tell you what needs to be said. Because truth-telling is in very short supply and we're running out of it, especially with deepfakes, especially with AI, especially with the advancement of cancel culture, where it doesn't matter if somebody's proven shit or not, they can still say it and get away with it. Fucking game developer killed himself because another game developer made a bunch of accusations with no proof. And Zoe Quinn was the game developer who made the accusations. We're supposed to just believe women and people believed women a man into the grave, and almost nobody cares, and when they do talk about it, he died. He didn't commit suicide. Nobody can talk about how somebody pushed them to kill themselves if the people who pushed him to kill himself are liberals. That doesn't happen. We're not the bullies. The bullies are the people in Gamergate. Well, show us our death toll. Let's see it. So, all of that needs to be said. You know, a lot more needs to be said. Right? But almost nobody's saying it. If you think you can say it better, start a YouTube channel. Start a blog. If you think you can say it better than me. This isn't a competition statement either. I legitimately want you to. I want everybody to try and outcompete me and to try and outcompete every single other person. But not for that sake. For the sake of getting the truth in more ears. You have people who trust you more than other people. Tell the truth with that. Listen to the truth tellers. And do it now. Before everybody that you used to go to for information is banned from every service you're on. Before they're blacklisted and the only people on mainstream are the mainstream. I watched a special from the Willie Mack show about Mumkey Jones. Now, say what you want about him, but he was good at what he did. He is good at what he does. He's still the same person doing the same stuff as far as I know. He's just not doing it as much on YouTube. But these platforms will take out good people. And they'll do it and replace them with the cookie cutter bullshit corporate version of whatever they're doing. And if you're not doing an easily merchandisable video, good luck. If you're trying to tell the truth, good luck. And I hope as many of you do it as possible before they kick us all off. Before they sanitize this platform. Before they really go to war. Because we're losing. We have been for a long time. And we can only win if we fight back harder, faster, stronger, and better. Even if you listen to Daft Punk while you're doing it, I don't care what music it is. Listen to trap. Listen to pop country. Like what you like. I don't have to like it. As long as you're telling the truth, we're on the same side. And God knows we need numbers. Anyway, I will bring you guys an update as to however the situation goes tomorrow evening. I'm going to log off and make my weekly call to family. Be well. Smash this state.